Hi friends, good morning. Next video from Dhruva Edutainment and Vidu classes. Friends, this is 4 marks question friends. What is that friends? Describe the structure of multipolar neuron. Multipolar neuron. This question from Unit 2, that is structural organization in animals. Friends, what is your question friends? Describe the structure of multipolar neuron. You see friends, nervous system is a part of the nervous system friends. Nervous system has two types of cells, nerve cells and neuroglial cells. Nerve cell is also called a neuron. These neurons are of so many types friends. Now you have to write about the multipolar neuron only. Now come to our answer friends. Nerve cell is also called neuron friends. Nerve cell is also called what friends? Neuron. A neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous tissue. A neuron is a structural and functional unit of the nervous tissue. Friends, nerve cell is also called as neuron. It is the structural and functional unit of the nervous tissue. Next friends, it is a derivative of ectoderm. Friends, nerve cells or neurons derive from whom friends? From the ectoderm. Neurons are impulse conducting cells. See, nerve impulse, you know the word nerve impulse friends. It is a neurons have capacity to conduct the nerve impulse. So, what we are saying friends? Neurons are impulse conducting cells. Conduction of impulse takes place in the neurons only, not in the neuroglial cells, friends. Next friends, based on the types of processes or outgrowths, neurons or nerve cells are divided or classified into 3 types, friends. What are they, friends? Unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, multipolar neurons. Friends, unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons, multipolar neurons. If a neuron has one process, that is unipolar neuron. If a neuron has two processes, it is bipolar neuron. If a neuron has many processes or many outgrowths, it is multipolar neuron. But here you have to forget about the unipolar and bipolar friends. You have to concentrate on the multipolar neuron. That is our question friends. See friends, multipolar neuron. A multipolar neuron is a type of neuron or nerve cell that has a single axon and number of dendrites or many dendrites. See friends, if a nerve cell has one axon and number of dendrites or many dendrites, it is called as multipolar neuron. See friends, a multipolar neuron is a type of neuron that possesses a single axon. It has only one axon and number of or many dendrites. See friends, here one image. See friends, here one image. See friends, these are what friends? These are the dendrites. How many dendrites are there? Many dendrites are there. This is axon. It has one axon and a number of dendrites. If a neuron has many dendrites and one axon, it is called as what friends? Multipolar neuron. See friends, it is a multipolar neuron. A neuron has number of dendrites and one axon. That is called as what friends? Multipolar neuron. These are abundant in human body. So, in a human body, the majority of the neurons are what friends? Multipolar neurons. A multipolar neuron has 3 parts, friends. They are number 1 cell body, number 2 dendrites, number 3 axon. Friends, a multipolar neuron has 3 parts. What are they friends? Cell body, dendrites and axon. Once again friends, cell body, first part, second part dendrites, Third part what friends? Axon. Now come to cell body friends. See here nerve cell body or cell body friends. It is also called as cyton, soma, perikaryon friends. Nerve cell body is also called as cyton, soma, perikaryon friends. Once again, what is the under name of the nerve cell body? Cyton, soma, perikaryon. See friends, it has cytoplasm. The cytoplasm of the nerve cell body is called neuroplasm. Friends, neuroplasm. The cytoplasm of the nerve cell body is called as neuroplasm. This neuroplasm has granules. So what we are saying friends is granular neuroplasm. It is granular. Friends, neuroplasm has Nissil's bodies, lipofuscin, neurofibrils, nucleus and other cell organelles. Here you have to remember friends. Nerve cell body is also called as cyton, soma, perikaryon. Its cytoplasm is called as neuroplasm. It has what friends? Nissil's bodies. Very very important friends. Nissil's bodies. Nissil's bodies. Second one, lipofuscin. Lipofuscin. Third one, neurofibrils. Next, nucleus and other cell organelles. Okay friends. Now come to these nerve cell bodies form a group friends. These groups are two types. These cytons or nerve cell bodies form groups in our body. These groups are present in the central nervous system or peripheral nervous system. So they have specific names friends. The nerve cell bodies form groups. These groups are two types. What are they friends? They are nucleus and ganglia. Friends, we have a 2 marks question. What is the difference between nucleus and ganglion? Friends, you have a 2 marks question. Please concentrate on this. This is for important for MSET and NEET also. What is nucleus and what is ganglion? Friends, here this nucleus means this is not present in the cell. A group of nerve cell bodies is called a nucleus. A group of nerve cell bodies is called as ganglia. But what is the difference between nucleus and ganglia? See friends, nucleus means a group of nerve cell bodies of central nervous system is called nucleus. You know friends, nervous system is of two types, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is of two types, autonomous nervous system. Okay friends, here you see friends, group of nerve cell bodies of central nervous system is called as what friends? Nucleus. Group of nerve cell bodies which are present in the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, is called as nucleus. Whereas group of nerve cell bodies which are present in the peripheral nervous system is called as ganglion. Friends, what is ganglion? These are the group of nerve cell bodies which are present in the peripheral nervous system, that is sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Whereas group of nerve cell bodies which are present in the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. If you see a group of nerve cell bodies in the brain and spinal cord, you may call it as nucleus. Don't call it as ganglion friends. Ganglion is present in the peripheral nervous system, that is in the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay friends. Now come to Nissil's bodies friends. Very very important friends. Nissil bodies. Presence of Nissil bodies is an important character of a nerve cell. Whenever you hear the word Nissil bodies, you have to recall the nerve cell friends. They represent the RER. What are Nissil's bodies friends? They represent the RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum. You know friends, endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. So Nissil's bodies represent the RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of these Nissil's bodies friends? These are the sites of protein synthesis. These Nissil's bodies are the sites of protein synthesis, means there the protein synthesis takes place in the nerve cell. So Nissil's bodies are the site or place where the protein synthesis takes place. So these are the sites of protein synthesis. That is about the Nissil's bodies friends. Now come to one more friends, lipofuscin, another important point friends. for neat and emsal. Lipofuscin. These are yellowish brown pigments, granules present in the neuroplasm. What are lipofuscin, friends? What is their color? Yellowish brown. They are granules. Yellowish brown colored granules which are present in neuroplasm are called as lipofuscin. What are these, friends? These accumulate in the lysosomes with age. You know, friends, lysosomes are accumulated in the cell. You know what are lysosomes? They are the suicidal bags. But here nerve cell has no division. So the tertiary lysosomes collect the waste materials and accumulate in the cell. That is modified into lipofuscin. So these accumulate in the lysosomes with age. When age is increasing, we have more number of lipofuscin, more number of lysosomes. They store wear and tear of the cell. What is the role of the lipofuscin, friends? They store wear and tear of the cell, that is decomposed structures of the cell. That is about the lipofuscin, friends. Now come to second part, friends, dendrites. That is about the cyton or soma or perikaryon or nerve cell body. What is second part, friends? Dendrites. Also called as afferent process. Friends, afferent means incoming. They collect nerve impulse from another neuron and they pass it into the nerve cell body. So these are also called afferent process, means incoming process. Arise from nerve cell body. They arise from whom, friends? From the nerve cell body. They are more in number. Just now I told a multipolar neuron has more dendrites. So they are more in number. They are small or short in size. These are branched process. So simply you say, friends, dendrites arise from the nerve cell. These are short, small, branched process which are more in number. They have Nissel's granules and neurofibrils. See, friends, Nissel's granules are also present in the dendrites. Important, friends. Nissel's granules present in the nerve cell body as well as in the dendrites. They carry nerve impulse towards the nerve cell body. They carry nerve impulse from another neuron to the nerve cell body. See, friends, dendrites to cyton. Nerve cell body is also called as cyton, friends. Because of it we are calling as afferent process or incoming process. They are carrying impulse to the nerve cell. Okay, friends. Now come to last one, friends, axon. It is also called as efferent process or outgoing process. It carries impulses away from the nerve cell body. See, friends, also called as efferent process or outgoing process. Arise from nerve cell body. They are one in number. Always a multipolar neuron has only one axon. They are long in size. It is long in size. It originates from axon hillock of the axon. Friends, this is important. Axon hillock of the axon. Friends, an axon originates from axon hillock of the axon. Axon hillock is the region of cyton from which axon originates. You know it. It is the region of the cyton, friends, from which axon originates. Plasmalemma of the axon is called as axolemma. Cytoplasm of the axon is called axoplasm. Friends, you know neuroplasm. It is the cytoplasm of the nerve cell body. The cytoplasm of the axon is called as axoplasm. Here you have to some confusion, friends. Please don't confuse, friends. The cytoplasm of the nerve cell body or the cytoplasm which is present in the cyton is called as neuroplasm. The cytoplasm which is present in the axon is called as axoplasm. Axon hillock is the site from where axon originates. Okay, friends. Now see, friends, here Nissel's granules are absent in the axon. Nissel's granules present in the dendrite and cyton, friend, but they are absent in the axon. But it has neurofibrils. Now see, friends, axon carry nerve impulse away from the nerve cell body. It carries nerve impulse from nerve cell body to axon. See friends, cyton to axon. Dendrites, see friends how they are carrying dendrites. Dendrites carrying nerve impulse towards the cyton, whereas axon carrying away from the cyton to axon. Okay friends, this is about the axon. Now see one more important point friends. Nodes of Ronvier, very very important friends. Very very important point. Nodes of Ronvier. Axolemma of some neurons is wrapped by a white lipid layer. Axolemma of some neurons, friends, not all neurons, is wrapped by, surrounded by a white color lipid layer. That is called myelin sheath or medullary sheath. Friends, it is present only in the axolemma and the axon region, not in the dendrite and nerve cell body region. Once again friends, axolemma of some neurons is wrapped by a white lipid layer called myelin sheath. Neurons with myelin sheath are called myelinated neurons or medullated neurons. Friends, just now I told, myelin sheath is present only in the some neurons. The neurons which have myelin sheath are called as myelinated neurons or medullated neurons. What is their color friends? Myelinated neurons are white in color. Because myelin sheath is white in color, it is a white lipid layer. So myelinated neurons are white in color. Myelin sheath is a discontinuous layer friends, it is not continuous layer. See friends here, once you see here friends this image, see friends, this is myelin sheath. Here this is discontinuous, here it is, there is no myelin sheath. So this is a discontinuous layer, it is not continuous layer. Myelin sheath is a discontinuous layer. See myelin sheath. In between these two there is gap. There is no myelin sheath. Myelin sheath, there is a gap. So myelin sheath is a discontinuous layer friends. Myelin sheath is a discontinuous layer. See friends, the gap between two myelin sheaths in a myelinated neuron is called nodes of Ronvier. Once again friends, the gap between two myelin sheaths in a myelinated neuron. See friends, this is myelin sheath, this is myelin sheath. In between these two there is a gap friends. This is what friends? This is nodes of Ronvier. This is what friends? Nodes of Ronvier. The gap between two myelin sheaths is called as this one friends, this blue one. This is called as friends nodes of Ronvier. The gap between two myelin sheaths is called as nodes of Ronvier. Okay friends. Next friends. Nodes of Ronvier is a region of an axon that has no myelin sheath. Just now I told. It is a region. Nodes of Ronvier is a region of the axon. It has no myelin sheath. The region between two nodes of Ronvier is called as internode. It is called as what friends? Internode. Internode has myelin sheath friends. The region between two nodes of Ronvier is called as internode. Internode has myelin sheath. Okay friends. Neurons without myelin sheath are called as non-myelinated neurons. They are grey in color. Friends, if a neuron has myelin sheath, it is called as myelinated neurons. Myelin sheath is white in color, so because of that, myelinated neurons are white in color. Some neurons have no myelin sheath, they are non-myelinated neurons. Non-myelinated neurons are in which color friends? Grey in color. Friends, for example, you see central nervous, you see brain friends. Brain has grey matter and white matter. Spinal cord has grey matter and white matter. Grey matter means it is made up of non-myelinated neurons. White matter means it has myelinated neurons. We will discuss about this in the second year friends. White matter and grey matter, you have to remember it. Okay? Now see friends. Axon has two types of branches. Friends, axon has two types of branches. What are they friends? One is collateral branches, second one is telodendria. One is collateral branches friends. Second one is telodendria. See friends, come to collateral branches. These are lateral branches of axon. See friends, what are collateral branches? Collateral branches are the lateral branches of axon. Friend, collateral branches are the lateral branches of axon. Okay. Here image is has we don't have collateral branches, friends. So collateral branches are the lateral branches of the axon. Come to telodendria. These are also called as telodendrites or axon terminals. Friends, these are also called as telodendrites or axon terminals. They are present at the end of an axon. What are they, friends? They are telodendria. Each telodendrites ends as a bulb-like structure called as synoptic knob or terminal knob. Friends, telodendria are also called as telodendrites or axon terminals. They are present at the end of the axon. Each telodendrites end as a bulb-like structure called as synoptic knob or terminal boutons. Synoptic knobs have, friends, synoptic vesicles. Synoptic vesicles are present in the synoptic knobs or terminal boutons. The synoptic knobs are the bulb-like structures which are present at the end of each telodendrite. Okay, friend. These synoptic vesicles secrete chemicals. They are called as neurotransmitters. The chemicals secreted by the synoptic vesicles are called as what, friends? Neurotransmitters. Now come to axon, friends. Axon carry nerve impulse away from the cyton to another neuron or a muscle. Friends, axon carry nerve impulse away from the cyton or nerve cell body to whom, friends? Either to another nerve cell or a muscle cell. Okay, friend. Now see, friends, the junction between two neurons or junction between a neuron and muscle cell is called synapse. Friends, you have 2 marks question. What is synapse? A junction between two neurons or junction between a neuron and a muscle cell is called as synapse. This synapse is of 2 types, friends. What is that, friends? One is NNJ. Friends, you have to remember it. Don't forget this. You will get this in the second year also. One is NNJ. It is also called as neuronal junction. N for neuro, another N for neuronal, J for junction. NNJ means what, friends? Neuronal junction. Means it is junction between two neurons. See, friends, it is junction between two neurons. Between whom, friends? Between telodendrites of one neuron and dendrites of another neuron. See, friends, telodendrites of one neuron and dendrites of another neuron. See, friends, nerve cell body to axon, the nerve impulse, see, nerve cell body to axon, axon to telodendrites, telodendrites to dendrites of another nerve cell, friends. That is about NMJ. Now come to NMJ, friends. It is also called as Neuromuscular Junction, or it is also called as motor end plate, friends. It is junction between telodendrites of one neuron and muscle. It is a junction between what, friends? Telodendrite of one neuron and one muscle cell. There is NNJ between two neurons. It is between one muscle and one neuron. Nerve cell body, axon, telodendrite and muscle. This is NNJ, friends. Now see, friends, axons form a group. These groups called nerve fibers. Friends, we have one more 2 marks question. Nerve cell bodies form groups. Those groups are called as nucleus or ganglia. Here this axon forms group. These groups are called as nerve fibers. These groups are of 2 types. What are they, friends? Tracts and nerves. Friends, tracts and nerves. What are tracts? Group of axons of central nervous system is called tract. Friends, whenever you hear the word tract, nerve tract, it is a group of axons which are present in the central nervous system. Whenever you hear the word nerve fiber, it is a group of axons present in the peripheral nervous system. Group of axons of central nervous system is called as tract or nerve tract. Group of axons of peripheral nervous system is called as nerve. Is called as what, friends? Nerve. Okay. Now see, friends, that is about the nervous multipolar neuron. Now you see friends that this is a multipolar neuron. This is nerve cell body. These are the dendrites. This is axon. See friends, these are what friends? These are myelin sheaths. This is nodes of Ronvier. This and this is called what friend? Internode. Okay friends. Now these are what friends? Telodendrites. Telodendrites. Okay. Now see one more image friends. See friends. These are what friends? This is a nerve cell, axon, telodendrites. Here it is a synapse friends. See friends, axon hillock is the place where axon originates from the nerve cell body. That's called axon hillock. Okay friends. This is about what friends? Structure of nerve cell. Now once again you see friends, motor neuron. This is NMJ friends, Neuromuscular Junction, a junction between nerve cell and muscle cell. See friends, this is nerve cell. It innervates with muscle cell. This is a junction between what? Nerve cell and muscle cell. That is Neuromuscular Junction. It is also called as motor end plate. It is also called what friends? Motor end plate. See friends, this is NNJ, Neuronal Junction. Junction between two neurons. This is one neuron. These are the dendrites. And they pass nerve impulse to the cyton. Cyton gives it to the axon. Axon through telodendrites gives it to the anther nerve cell. So it is between two neurons. This is called what friends? Neuronal junction. Okay, what are these friends? Axon terminals. Here we have, see friends, some bulb-like structure. They are called as axon terminals or terminal boutons. Terminal boutons. They have what friends? Synaptic vesicles. Okay friends. This is about structure of what friends? Structure of multipolar neuron. Structure of multipolar neuron. Very important friends and very easy. Please you have to concentrate on this. Okay friends. Okay friends. Thank you. Good day.